Hey YouTubers, on Friday, the country's five largest tech companies took a nosedive of about 1,000 points on the NYSE. Um, a lot of economists and a lot of investors are saying that this is the telltale sign that in late 2017, early 2018, the economy is going to experience a recession or even a depression like we haven't even seen in this lifetime. Some are saying that it's going to mimic the 1929 Great Depression. I don't think so for a couple reasons, but you never know. I think that there are too many safeguards in place, and to prevent it from to prevent the stock market and the overall national economy from sinking that low. That's number one. Number two is I think that the safety net that's created by those safeguards, especially the safety net which has been put in place after the 2008 recession, will indicate any kind of economic downturn of that severity and will kick on immediately to prevent it from getting any worse. And in particular, I want to talk a little bit about lending and predatory lending and the role that that had in the 2008 Great Recession. In the early to mid 90s, when Clinton came to office, he sponsored a lot of lending and financial regulation under the guise of anti-discriminatory lending. But what this legislation amounted to was the fact that banks were required to give loans to people who ordinarily wouldn't be qualified to borrow. It had nothing to do with educational background, with racial criteria, nothing like that. It simply had to do with the numbers. Your FICO score ordinarily would have disqualified you from borrowing X and X number of dollars, but now Washington came in and Washington said you have to give this or that person a loan. You cannot discriminate on the basis of X and Y criteria. And I think that we're returning to a point where we've realized that subprime lending gave us a short-term high, and it gave us 5 great years from '93 to '98, and we're returning to a point where we're either going to have to repeal all the subprime lending regulations, or we're ultimately going to experience another recession.